So guys, so what is Jenkins? So Jenkins is a
Deployment.
CI/CD, yeah, deployment tool. So not a deployment. So I will tell you CI/CD. Mm, what is this? This is yeah. So DevOps means something like a developer develop that code, test, DevOps, server deploy. So we need to automate this, right? How we can automate? So build, test, release, plan, monitor customer. This thing we need to do. So how we can achieve this? So how we can achieve through the pipelines? So the pipelines. So the building, coding, planning, and testing, and deploying, operate, monitoring, everything through. So now we did everything through manually. I want to do automate. How we can do it? So we need a source code. What is the source code, guys? Source code and version control. So what are that source code and version control? So which tool we are using for the source code and version control? Guys, source code management tool, version control, source code, developer code will be stored under which location?
Git.
Yes, Git. So Git. So we are using Git. So the code, right? In the code purpose, we can use the source code and version control Git. So infrastructure as a code. We want to build a infrastructure. Which tool we need to use, guys?
AWS.
No, no, no. Infrastructure,
Docker.
IAC tool.
Terraform.
Yes, Terraform is the tool to provision the server, build the infrastructure, then the configuration management. So what is the tool we need to use for to configuration management? So what is the configuration management tool?
Ansible.
Yeah, Ansible is the configuration management tool. Once we build the infra, so we need to configure Java or Tomcat. So virtualization, containerization, operate. How once we build the infra, then we will containerize. So then we will monitor the logging and everything. So the continuous integration and continuous deployment. So we can use the quality control, development, automation. So this is nothing but a CI/CD. So continuous integration and continuous deployment. So continuous deployment. So for that purpose, we can use the multiple tools and we can automate. So we can automate something like what are we there? Plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, monitor. So how we can do it, right? So planning purpose, which tool we can use? Agile or Jira? So Jira tool. So Jira is the tool to plan the to plan it. How we can build the infra, how we can build the application, how we can deploy application. So for the code purpose, which tool we can use? Eclipse, VS Code, Git, GitHub to writing the code and save it the code. So build the code purpose, we can use the Maven, Gradle, npm to build the code. So .jar to .var or .jar .java to. So then test the application automatically. We need to test automatically. So test ng, JUnit, Selenium, SonarCube you can use for the testing purpose. So release purpose we can use which tool? Jenkins, Circle CI, Nexus, JFrog. So what is that, guys? Jenkins is the tool, release tool, and deploy. So where we need to deploy? We need to deploy either Docker or AWS. Okay. So where we need to operate? So to operate Ansible, Chef, Kubernetes. Monitor purpose we can use a Splunk, Nagios. So these are the tools. So for these tools we can use it and we can automate the process. So we can automate the process. Something like so this is the Jenkins, right? So Jenkins, first you need to plan Agile, then build the code and move it to the GitHub. So Jenkins automatically take the code from GitHub, then through the Maven, it build the code. So then test the code and build it. So finally deploy it. So this is the life cycle of the CI/CD. Okay. So Jenkins CI/CD. So what is Jenkins? Jenkins is a CI/CD tool to deploy, to build, to build, to integrate, to build everything, to build and to deploy the application. So from the GitHub, so it take the Jenkins. This is the Jenkins. From the GitHub, it took the code, and by using Maven, we can build it. Then test. So test the unit and quality, code quality. Then directly from the Nexus. So once your building are done, right, the building means .jar .var image. So that image will be pushed to the Nexus repository. So from the Nexus repository, so we can deploy to the either Docker or a Kubernetes. So this is like a Jenkins. So CI/CD, continuous delivery and continuous deployment. So code done, unit test cases, integrate, acceptance test, deploy in the production. So continuous deployment. So code done, no unit test to integrate to acceptance test to deploy to production. Okay. So this is manually. So continuous delivery. So continuous deployment is nothing but a auto. Everything through automation. Everything to automation. So continuous development, continuous integration, continuous testing, continuous deployment, continuous feedback, continuous monitoring, continuous operations. So something like it's a life cycle. It's a life cycle. So Jira. So why we are using Jira? Agile is a new SDLC method to implement software applications. Jira is a tool used to manage stories, sprints, and Scrum process. So in the Jira, so they are creating the sprints, something like a they are creating the bugs and stories. If you want to implement that bugs and stories, by using the Scrum. So Scrum sprint is nothing but we need to deliver our application either future or something within the 15 days. That is nothing but a sprint. So the sprint details will be discussed in the Scrum calls. Every day Scrum calls they will discussed. Jira contains a project document. What is that, guys? Project documents and work status. So the story and status. So which story are you are working on, which feature you are working on, and the status. And the status. So GitHub you already know, right? Jenkins. Jenkins is a powerful application that allows continuous integration and continuous delivery of projects regardless of the platform. What is that, guys? Regardless of the platform. So it is a Windows, it is a Linux, it is a Kubernetes, it is a Docker, it is a AWS, it is a GCP. So Jenkins is a powerful application that allows continuous integration and continuous delivery of the project regardless of the platform. Everything is a job in Jenkins. Everything is a job in Jenkins, like a pull source code, compile, build, test, etc. So if you want a pull the source code, you can create a one job, so then build the job. So in the build the job, automatically we provide the steps, so it automatically run those steps and get the code, compile the code. So same like everything is a job in the Jenkins, and it automates CI/CD work and release applications into production. So what is that Jenkins, guys? Jenkins is a powerful application that allows continuous integration and continuous delivery of the projects regardless of the platform. So everything is a job. So we can create a one job and build that job. So whatever it may be, if you want to deploy application, if you want to deploy a code, so first we need to get the code. So where we can get the code? We can get the code from the source code. Where it is, the source code is available in the GitHub. So I want to get it that code in the Jenkins server. So how you can create a pipeline. A pipeline is nothing but a job. So how we can get it? We will provide the source information, where we can get the source and credential information. So where we can get that code. So once we get the code from the Jenkins server, then so we can copy that code to the build server, and we will build the application. So once build the application, so we will deploy it onto the move it to the build the application, then move it to the artifactory tool. Next is JFrog or whatever it may be. From there, you can get it. You can download it from anywhere, either production or a QA or a development or whatever it may be. So it automates CI/CD work and release application into the production. So release application to the production. Sonar Cube. What is a Sonar Cube? Code quality. Sonar is a open source software quality platform. It is a static code analyzer. Developer has to configure their rules to validate their code. A detailed report code smells bugs, duplications and vulnerabilities will find out. This tool supports 25 plus main programming languages through built-in rules. Sonar type Nexus repository. A repository manager allows to store and retrieve build artifacts. It organizes, stores, and distributes artifacts needed for the development. So Docker you already know. So Kubernetes you already know. So Ansible you already know. So Nagios, it's a free and open source computer software application that monitors systems and networks and infrastructure. So once applications are deployed into the production, we have to check how they are running, like started, working fine, or issue, network related problems, anything we need to find it in the Nagios RLK. Guys, understood? Jenkins. So if you use the for integrating Puppy, we can use Jenkins or Bamboo or Hudson. So many tools are there. Nowadays, GitLab CI/CD also there. What is that? GitHub Actions, GitLab CI/CD. But so why Jenkins is popular? Jenkins is a open source. That's the reason Jenkins is popular. Jenkins is popular. Yes, now you understood? You got it right now? What is Jenkins?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? Yeah. So GitLab also CI/CD. They will provide the shared CD also. So GitLab CI/CD is a continuous method of a software development. CI/CD is a continuous method of a software development where you continuously build, test, deploy, and monitor iterative code changes. This iterative process helps reduce the chance of that you develop a new code based on the buggy or a failed previous versions. GitLab CI/CD can catch bugs early in the development cycle and help ensure that the code deployed to the production complies with your established code standards. So how we can plan, how we can create, how we can verify, secure, release, monitor, everything will be taken care of. So what is a GitLab? GitLab is a web-based complete DevOps platform that spans the entire software development lifecycle and helps teams to accelerate DevOps adoption, enables professional to perform all the tasks in the project planning, source code management, and monitoring and security. So GitLab is not a monolithic application. It believes a software module based should do only one particular thing and do it well. So provides a Git repository manager for issuing tracking and continuous integration and deployment. Okay, so what is a GitLab? So GitLab was created by the Dimitri. So Dimitri Jofrojets, a web programmer like Ukraine in the year of 2011, is updated every 20 seconds, 22nd day of the month since then. So it's an open core project under which cover software systems are released and open source license but have various paid versions with enhanced features. So how you can create a project? So in the GitLab. So how you can create a pipeline? So create a first pipeline. Pipeline are the top level component of the continuous integration, delivery and deployment. So pipeline comprise of two things, jobs and stages. Okay. So what is a pipeline? All the jobs in the stage secured or something like I will show you guys one job. So this is running job. Yeah, this is the job. So I will show you in the real time, no worries. So okay, so Jenkins. Now you understood the what is Jenkins. Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. So we can install the Jenkins and we can automate the process through Jenkins. So something like a building a code. So how you can get the code? So Git commit code, could get the GitHub, pull the code to the Jenkins. Jenkins server take that and build the Maven. So integrate GitHub with Jenkins, install Git on Jenkins instance, install GitHub plugin on Jenkins GUI, configure Git on Jenkins GUI. So set up a Maven Jenkins. So once set up the Maven, so you can create a freestyle project on the Jenkins. So you can create a project like looks like. So this is the job. So once we build the job, so just to create the job, we just build now. So it automatically build. So right, you see, set up a Linux instance, install a Java, configure Tomcat, start Tomcat server, access web application UI. So once you've done everything, right, you create a job and it will deploy application. It will automatically deploy the application. Okay. So today I will show you how to install the Jenkins server. How to install the Jenkins server. We need a Jenkins server, right? And so we have a document, guys, one document. Mm, or else you guys can check it. Yeah, you see, guys. So just a step-by-step guide to install Jenkins on the Amazon Linux. So how you can install the Jenkins Amazon Linux 2. So prerequisite minimum hardware requirements 250 MB of a RAM enough to doing the proof of the concept. So 1 GB drive space and the 4 GB RAM, 50 GB drive space. Software requirements Jenkins require a Java 11 or a later. So open a port number 8080 and the EC2 security group. So then, so launch Amazon Linux EC2 instance. Okay. Then go to this page and download the Jenkins and install the Jenkins, guys. Install the Jenkins. I will show you. So step by step. Okay. Yeah. So what is this, guys? This is my AWS console. So today I deployed this one. Yeah. So what you can do? So first you need to launch the instance. Yeah. Which instance you want to launch? Launch a instance. So it is a Jenkins server, guys. You can name it as a Jenkins. So Jenkins server. So this is a Jenkins server, and I use the Amazon Linux 2, guys. This is the Amazon Linux 2 for this. Then instance type T2 micro is enough. So what is that? T2 micro is enough, guys. Select the key pair. Create a new key pair. So RSA ppkfee key name Jenkins. Key name Jenkins key pair. Yeah, I created the key pair. The network settings, guys, 8080, right? So later we will apply. Then just launch the instance. Yeah. So once we launch the instance, so what you can do, guys? Instance. Yeah, it is running, right? Now I want to click here. So what is the public IP address DNS? Putty. Connect to the putty. Then provide the is SSH auth credentials. Browse Jenkins. Open, accept. So what is the username, guys?
EC2 user, EC2-user.
Why it is not changed, guys? Change settings, appearance, change, bold, 18, apply. Yeah. What is that, guys? EC2
EC2.
hyphen user. Yeah, sudo su. Next, you will go to the sudo su. What is that, guys? So Jenkins repo is added to the M repository. First we need to add it to the Jenkins repository. How you can add it? So you can add it Jenkins repository by using this command. Yeah, Jenkins repository is added. Then import the Jenkins key. How you can import key from the Jenkins? Yes, imported. Then install the Java. So Java 11 or later, right? So we need a latest one, or so we can install a Java 11 or so the above versions. So once you install the Jenkins, it will be very easy, guys. So once you install the Jenkins, then get just install the Java, then you can install the Jenkins. So okay, yeah. So it's installed. So now I want to install the Jenkins. So what is the command, guys? Install Jenkins -y. Yeah. So downloading the Jenkins and install the Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins is installed. Now I want to see if the service Jenkins service is running or not. Systemctl status Jenkins, right? So Jenkins is not loaded in active state. So we need to start the Jenkins, right? Start Jenkins. So once you start the Jenkins, so you can check the status if the Jenkins is running or not. Then open a web browser and access Jenkins on port 8080. So on port 8080. You understood? Let's check the status. Status active. Status is active. Now open a. So we need to enable the port to 80, right? So port 8080 instances. Go to the security group, right? Security. Go to the security group. Then inbound. You need to edit inbound rules. Add rule. All TCP 000. Save the rules. Okay. So you need to inbound, right? Once you click the yeah. So now you can enable the HTTP :/ IP address. What is the IP address, guys? IP address of the server is, go to the EC2 instances, Jenkins, then IP address of the server, public or private. Let's check. Public IP address : 8080. 8080. Yeah, you see, guys, Unlock the Jenkins to ensure the Jenkins is securely set up by the administrator. Password has been written in the log. So on this file on the server. So where it is, where lib Jenkins secrets initial password, initial admin password. So copy it, go to the server, cat. Yeah. So what is the password for this? So this is the password, guys. This is the password. Then you can use it password, continue. So what is the username, guys? Username is Jenkins, right? Let's create. So install the suggested plugins. So click the install the suggested plugins, folders, timestampers, pipeline, Git, LDAP, so workspace cleanup, GitHub branch source, so SSH build agent, so email extension, build timeout, and pipe. So everything will be installing, guys. Everything will be installing. Right. Once it is started, yeah. So create a first administrator. Administrator is something like a root or Jenkins. Jenkins is the username. Password is Jenkins only. Jenkins only. Full name Jenkins. Emails. URL is this is the URL. Save and finish. Start Jenkins. Once you click the start Jenkins, yeah. So this is the a dashboard of the Jenkins. So this is the dashboard of the Jenkins. Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the a dashboard. So now Jenkins is ready. So you can start using Jenkins. You can start using Jenkins. Right. So something like I want to create a new item or new dashboard. So new item. So freestyle project or pipeline. Freestyle project, something like a so GitHub connect. So how you can connect the GitHub? So this is the freestyle project. So then you need to provide the information. So first we need to install the GitHub plugin on your local machine on our Jenkins server, and here also you can install the Git on the in your Jenkins server, and so here So we'll show you tomorrow. We'll start how we can install, how we can see the Jenkins. Okay, this is right. Yeah, so tomorrow what we will show, integrate GitHub with Jenkins, how we can integrate with Jenkins. So integrate GitHub with Jenkins. So install Git on Jenkins. Yeah, we already installed Git. So you need to install Git on Jenkins. So first, shit, done. Duplicate session. EC2 -user sudo su install git -y. Yeah, git is installed. So now in the Jenkins you need to install the plugins. So how you can install the plugins? So tomorrow we'll show you how to install the plugins and how to connect with the Git, how to connect with your GitHub to Jenkins. So once we connect to the GitHub to Jenkins, then get the code from the GitHub repository, your local here, your local Jenkins server. Once we get that right, so that code will build the code. So again we will install the Maven, then we will communicate with the Maven through and get it done. Okay. So we'll show you from tomorrow. Tomorrow mostly we will show you so how to deploy a application. So first how to get the code from the GitHub, and Maven will show you how to integrate with the Maven and how to deploy a application, deploy the code into the a normal VM EC2 instance, right? In this EC2 instance, so this EC2 instance I will deploy the application here. Okay, so tomorrow I will show you this one, and so if possible we'll start the other things also. We'll start other things. So something like here, so git here Maven, then Tomcat, then Tomcat, set up a Linux instance, install Java, configure Tomcat server, have access. Then so we will deploy our application here through how you can deploy our application through the automate. Through automate, our application will be deployed directly here. So how we can integrate with the Tomcat. Tomcat will also integrate with the Jenkins. So we'll show you once we build and deploy the job. So it automatically so deploy. So then Docker. So install Docker service, Docker container. We will deploy our application on the Docker. So directly, right? We'll show you. We'll continue from tomorrow, guys. Okay. Thank you. What you guys can do, you guys can install the Jenkins. Okay. So you guys can install the Jenkins on the server. Now you understood, right, how to install, or else you will get it, you will find it, you will find this material, how to install the Jenkins. So this is the URL. Yeah, I paste in the chat, guys. Go through it and install the Jenkins server. Okay, on our AWS missions. Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll continue from tomorrow.